Hello students, hope you all are fine. I welcome you all for my today's class. So we will be continuing the Yoni Vyapar topic, Chikitsa of Yoni Vyapar. So today we are going to deal with the Chikitsa Sutra of different Yoni Rogas, especially the defective anatomical defects or the displaced Yoni. So how to treat the displaced Yoni Rogas. So the topic is Sthana Vichut विवृत संवृत आदि योनि रोगों का चिकित्सा सूत्र. दैट इज द प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ ट्रीटमेंट ऑफ स्थानाविच्युत विवृत संवृत योनि रोगास. So there is a quotation given by Charaka in Chikitsa Sthana 30th chapter. The Chakrapani commentator, he gives the line of treatment of all these types of yoni rogas. He gives, the quotation goes like this: स्निग्धा सुइन्ना तथा योनिम दुस्थिताम स्थापयेत् पुनः पाणिना नामयेत् जिह्वां संवृतां वर्धयेत् पुनः प्रवेशयेत् निःसृतां च विवृतां परिवर्धयेत् योनिः स्थानापवृत्तः शल्यभूतमतः स्त्रियः. So this is the quotation mentioned by Charaka Samhita Chikitsa Sthana. परिवर्तयेत् इति परितो वर्तनेन संवृतां कुर्यात्. This is mentioned by Chakrapani Tikakar. So first of all, they have mentioned that the yoni, sthana apavritta yoni. Sthana apavritta yoni means the yoni which is displaced from its original place becomes just like a shalya. Shalya means the foreign body. So here, or it gives pain just like a foreign body to the patient. So the displaced yoni or sthana apavritta yoni acts like a shalya or foreign body. It gives pains to the patient just like a foreign body. That's why the correction is to be done. So how to correct? The method is given. The displaced or prolapsed yoni should be replaced after giving oleation and sudation. So first of all, whenever the yoni is displaced, then first of all you have to give the snehana and soidana. Stinna suinnam tatha snigdha suinnam tatha yonim dusthapayet dusthita sthapayet puna. So first of all, before starting the procedure or the manual correction of these displaced yonis, first of all you have to give the local oleation, snehana and sudation, that is a soidana, so that the yoni becomes soft. By giving snehana and soidana, the yoni becomes soft, so that we can perform the manual procedures or the manual corrections easily, or with the help of instruments also we can perform these procedures. So how to perform? They have mentioned that dusthitam sthapayet punah. Dusthita sthapayet punah. Dusthita means the displaced or the prolapsed yoni. So for the displaced or the prolapsed yoni, sthapayet punah. Sthapana means again you have to keep it in the original position. So punah means again. So the displaced or the prolapsed yoni should be replaced again after giving the snehana and soidana. In the second line, he mentions the another method of different yoni vyapadas, like panina namaye jihvam. Paninam namaye jihvam. So here the jihma yoni means the bended yoni, crooked yoni or the tortuous yoni. So the yoni which is not in the correct shape, either it is bended or it is tortuous. So jihma yoni, how it is to be treated is, should be straightened by bending it downwards or upwards with the hand inside the yoni. If elevation is not possible, then the elevated portion should be brought downwards. So jihma means the bended yoni or the crooked yoni. So panina namayet means with the help of hands. With the help of hands, you have to correct the bended yoni, jihma yoni. You have to correct the bended yoni with the help of the hands. How to correct means, if it is bended downwards, you have to straighten it with the help of hands, or upwards you have to move it like that. Or the elevated portion should be brought downwards, resulting into the elevation of the displaced, downward displaced part. So here the how jihma yoni is sthapayet paninam namayet. Then next is the samvrita yoni. Samvritam vardhayet punaha. Samvrita means when the yoni becomes very constricted. The yoni becomes too constricted, is called as a samvrita yoni. So due to the constriction, the orifice becoming either pinhole or very narrow. So we have seen different yoni vyapadas like suchi mukhi yoni vyapad. In that the yoni becomes suchi mukhi, it becomes ati samvrita. So samvrita means constricted yoni. So how to treat those constricted cases means it has to be dilated with the help of fingers. Samrutam vardhayet punaha. Vardhana means you have to dilate it. So for the Samruta Yoni, Vardhana is the method mentioned with the help of fingers. So Samruta Yoni should be dilated with the help of fingers. And another Yoni is Nisritam Praveshayet Nisritam. Nisritam is Praveshayet Nisritam means Nisrita Yoni means the Yoni which is protruding outside, means which is coming outside, should be inserted by gently pressing with the hand. Nisritam Praveshayen Punaha means again you have to move it inside, which is coming outside. So when the yoni is displaced from its normal position and it is coming outside, then you have to gently insert it by the help of the hands or the fingers. And another is Praveshayet Nisritam cha Vivartam Parivartayet. Vivrutam Parivartayet. Sorry, Vivrita means the dilated means excessively dilated yoni here. So dilated like the central hall of the bamboo should be constricted. So Vivrutam Parivartayet. Parivartana means here the Chakrapani commentator he says Parivartayet iti parito vartanena samvrutam kuryat. So for the excessively dilated yoni you have to constrict it from all the sides. So Vivrita should be constricted from all around. And lastly they mentioned that yoni hi sthanapavrutam hi shalyabhuta mata sriyaha. That means the yoni which is displaced downwards, or the sthana apavruta yoni, just acts like a shalya or a foreign body, and it gives pain just like a shalya, so it is to be corrected. In the uterovaginal prolapse or the disorders arising due to the uterovaginal prolapse, how to proceed is, first of all you have to give 2 or 3 Astapana Bastis, then followed by the medicated Uttaravasti is beneficial. So Uttaravasti is indicated in cases of the prolapse cases, but first of all you have to go with the Asthapanavasti, minimum 2 or 3 Asthapanavasti followed by the Uttaravasti is the line of treatment. So coming to the comments, in the above description authors have tried to explain almost all the surgical procedures employed to correct the various gynecological conditions. Dilatation of the pinhole or the narrow orifice with the finger, or bending upwards or the downwards of the tortuous or the crooked yoni with the hand are just metaphoric expressions for using various instruments with the help of fingers or hands. See, we cannot correct it only with the help of fingers or hands, so we have to take the help of various instruments. So it is a indirect reference of using the instruments. We have to perform it with our own hands, but along with the help of instruments we can dilate it better, we can constrict it better, we can place the yoni in its proper position better. So it is directly they have not mentioned the use of instrument, but indirectly they have mentioned, or they have pointed towards using of the instrument with the help of hands. Downward displaced yoni troubles like a foreign body, which implies that to get rid of this trouble, this yoni behaving as a foreign body should be removed, or indirect reference regarding hysterectomy is available. See, in Sushru Samhita they have mentioned that for the shalya the treatment is nirharana. Nirharana means the extraction. So whenever there is foreign body you have to take it out, you have to extract it out. So they mention it as the whenever the yoni becomes sthana pavrutta, the sthana pavrutta or the displaced yoni acts like a shalya, so it is to be removed out or extracted out. So here which is the indirect reference of the hysterectomy procedure, where we remove the uterus. Hysterectomy means the surgical removal of the uterus. So various surgical procedure described in the classics can be explained in the following. So we have tried to correlate it with the modern procedures. First is the replacement of the dusthita yoni or the abnormal situated yoni. So the method given is the punahastapana. So the replacement of inverted uterus occurring after delivery or the badly congested procedentia. So replacement of inverted uterus occurring after delivery or the badly congested procedentia. Second is they have mentioned the jihma yoni paninam namaye. So upward bending of crooked or the tortuous yoni. The method is straightening of retroverted or retroflexed uterus manually or ventral-suspension operation, or with the use of pessary. There are three methods of the correction of the bended yoni, either with the help of manual, that is a manual correction with the help of hand, or with the help of a surgery which is called as ventral-suspension operation, or with the help of a pessary. Pessary is a rubber made up of rubber, ring like structure made up of rubber, so you can place the pessary to keep the yoni in the uterus, in vagina and the uterus in position. Then second is the downward bending of the crooked or tortuous yoni. Here also the straightening of the anteverted or acutely anteverted uterus is done. Then next is the samvruta yoni. Samvruta yoni, the method is vardhana. Dilatation of the samvruta yoni or the constricted yoni is mentioned. Dilatation of the narrow vagina or the pinhole cervix is done with the help of different dilators. Different dilators available in different size. So starting from the small size dilator, you can dilate the cervix or the vagina. The next is the constriction of vivruta yoni. Vivruta yoni parivartayet, they have mentioned. So correction of the laxity or prolapse of the anterior or posterior vaginal wall as well as a perineal tear. So there is a surgery called as the colpoperiniorrhaphy. So surgical correction can be done in this case. Then next is the displaced downwards, thus becoming like a foreign body or procedentia. So complete prolapse or the third degree prolapse of the uterus is also called as a procedentia, where it just like where it acts like a foreign body or shalya. In that condition, the only treatment is the removal of the uterus or removal of the downward displaced yoni or the hysterectomy. Hysterectomy is indicated. So it is difficult to explain the total absence of reference about any surgical procedure by Sushruta, the surgeon of such high repute. As mentioned earlier, probably this chapter has been added by some later authors who did not include these procedures. So here it is a indirect references of hysterectomy. So here the method of manual correction of retroverted uterus is given. The manual correction, that is with the fingers in the vagina pushing up the uterus. In the first step you can see the fingers inside the vagina and the thumb outside. Here with the help of the fingers, vagina is pushed up to the fundus. Then the second step you can see with both the manually, that is the bimanual method is used here. The fundus reaches the level of sacral promontory and being supported by outside hand. So one hand is over the pubic region and another is inside the vagina. So with the both hands it is rotated. So uterus is made anteverted. And the third step, outside hand catching the fundus and anteverting it. So here with the help of a outside hand which is placed on the pubic region and inside in the vagina. So with the help of outside hand it is made more anteverted. So this is the method. So as you know, the normal position of uterus is anteverted and antiflex. So here this is a method of manual correction of a retroverted uterus. Retroverted uterus means the uterus which is bended backwards. So and another method is correction of the retroversion with the help of a pessary. So you can place the pessary inside and you can correct it with the different methods. So similar method is there, but with the help of a pessary you can make the uterus in the anteverted and antiflex position. So this is all about the correction methods of different types of displaced yoni. Thank you.